Hey, hello, and welcome to the episode finally on how to set life goals. I wanted to publish this episode soon because our first batch of accountability group will begin next week. Now, before I begin, I just want to state one thing very clearly. My videos are meant for people who want to do something really significant with their lives. Whether you want to lose 10 kilos in the next 3 months, double your income, double your revenues if you're running a company, run your marathon for the first time, transform the world, or want to do something big and meaningful that you have not figured out yet. For most people, life happens to them instead of they making life happen. If you want to make life happen and design the future that you want to live, this channel is for you. Alright, just to set the context on my YouTube channel, I have three different episode formats. I make more frequent 2-minute videos on self growth and personal development. Then I make the longer formats of 10 to 15 minutes on life vision, goal setting, personal transformation, and these episodes are actually in a sequence. So there's a script, there's a sequence, and then I do a long 1.5 hours version, which are mostly interviews with special guests who are successful in their own fields and are living a life of purpose as well. So to navigate easily, please watch the specific playlists, and you won't be lost that way. So today will be my 10 to 15 minutes format where I will demo how to set goals for the quarter and how to run these goal setting exercises with an accountability group. So let's begin. All right, so I will run you through my slides. That would be the best way to demo how to set quarterly goals. So let's begin. Here's how I have structured the entire episode. I'll introduce the concepts for a few minutes. Then we will talk about the principles of goal setting for 10 minutes close to, and then I will run through some real life goal setting examples. I'll take some of my goals, and then we will talk about how accountability groups would function together for the next 3 months. And then the conclusion would take, say, five more minutes. Great. So, before we begin with the demo, I just wanted to let you all know that we have created a few episodes which actually set the context and the foundational concepts of what it takes to live a goals-driven life. So we have created close to 6 episodes. So I would encourage you to go through them before you go ahead with building your goals, because that is foundational. But even if you want to ignore it for now, I would encourage you to go back to it after you finish watching this video. I would like to share with you, so I've read several books on goal setting in the past couple of years and tried to draw out the most important lessons and insights from each of these books. So I want to share my top 4 favorite books on goal setting. The first one is from Brian Tracy, and it is titled Goals: How to Get Everything You Want Faster Than You Ever Thought Possible. Michael Hyatt is somebody that I've been following for years now. So his book, Your Best Year Ever, is also a great book on goal setting. The other 2 books are Creating Your Best Life from Caroline and Michael Frisch. I love the book. And Hard Goals is something that is also my favorite, because it tells you how to qualify a goal. So it tells you how to qualify a goal, how to make how to pick effective goals. And the book is from Mark Murphy. So let's begin with the principles of goal setting, and let's reflect on the thought by Henry David Thoreau, which says what you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. I think I had shared this thought in one of my previous videos as well, and it's quite radical. Just to reiterate what it says is what the goals that you achieve at the end are not as important as what you become in the process of chasing these goals. So if you're chasing an ambitious goal, You have to raise your own standards. You have to become more disciplined. You have to uh, inculcate more grit and determination. So you acquire all these life enhancing attributes while chasing your goals, and that's why goal setting is a ambitious goal setting is a great exercise. And that's my favorite phrase that I always use is goals driven life is a growth driven life, right? Because every ambitious goal needs you to also pursue personal growth. Without personal growth, you won't be able to achieve the goals that you set. So, what are the principles of goal setting? Number one, a compelling why. Every goal has to have a why, and we'll talk about each of these items in the next slides. Goals should be clear. You should have monomaniacal focus on your goal. A goal should be sufficiently challenging. It should have a feedback loop. The complexity of the goal should be managed, and each goal should be broken down into rituals and habits. So, let's talk about each of them one by one. Compelling why and a strong purpose. So every goal has to have a compelling why. You should know why do you want to achieve this goal and what is your compelling why. Why do you care about this goal? Because without a strong why, you will give up midway when you face challenges. Especially when you are chasing an ambitious goal, the road ahead could be full of obstacles, and it could actually test your patience and your drive. And when the going gets tough, it's the strong why that will help you stay afloat and go the distance. If your why is not strong, you might give up easily. The why inspires us to go through all difficulties and physical and emotional pain. So there needs to be a sufficient emotional intensity towards your goals. And my favorite quote from Jim Rohn is, if the why is powerful, the how becomes easy. Very, very powerful quote by Jim Rohn. The next attribute for a goal is clarity. If your goal is not clear and specific, you won't even know if you have achieved it. And that's why an effective goal gives you something very specific to measure and lets you know what behaviors to reward. So, fuzzy goals fail and they represent a wish than a clear goal. And it's important to write your metrics on how you're going to measure your progress. And we'll talk about that. So, just to reiterate, as I said, there are many books that I have read on goals and goal setting. And I have tried to take the best of all, but also tried to keep it simple instead of complicating, instead of using a lot of methods. I have tried to make it really simple for our first accountability group that we are beginning. But over time, I'm going to share more in depth concepts on goal setting. But I did not want to overwhelm with a lot of aspects on goal setting. So I've kept things very simple. But as we mature over time, as we become comfortable with the idea of goals chasing and goal setting, I will introduce newer concepts, finer concepts over time. All right. So what's next? Feedback and support structure, very, very important. I think one of my previous videos I had already stated loud and clear that sometimes chasing an ambitious goal all with the help of your own inner willpower might not be sufficient, because any change that is new will be resisted by your old habits. So your old habits have been cemented for years, and when you're trying to build something new within you, the new you is quite weaker, and the old you will try to defeat it. So try to build support structures around you that will help you fight the old habits and the old you. So the support structures could be of in many forms, right? So it could be an accountability group, it could be a coach or a mentor or a mastermind group. So I'm going to talk about it in the later part of this presentation. Again, a highly complex task can quickly become overwhelming. So it's important that the goals need to be broken down into simple sub goals, and I'm going to show you how it is done. This presentation is about setting quarterly goals, and more often than not, your goals are much longer in time frame, right? So you might be trying to write a book which would take you say 6 months or maybe more, but we want to break that goal into achievable sub goals that can be achieved in the next 3 months, so to say. So breaking a big complex goal into simpler sub goals is the key for the quote I think I remember is eating an elephant one piece at a time, or maybe I'm screwing it up, but something like that. Rituals, routines, habits, and systems. So this is the crux of goal setting, and the irony is, the irony of goal setting is once you have decided to set a goal, you write it down, and then you have to forget the goals. Yeah, this is the irony, and it took me a while to embrace it. So, for example, you want to shed 10 kilos, say in the next 3 months or so. But writing it down gives you the direction, but just following it up to the but looking at this goal every day is not going to help you a lot. What would help you is to break that goals into daily habits and rituals and follow that to the T. Say going to the gym every other day at 6 a.m. in the morning, or going for a run every other day at 6 a.m. in the morning is far more effective than looking at your goals and saying, I need to shed 10 kilos. So that's what the irony is. The irony is once you write your goals, you have to forget it and focus on the systems instead. And we're going to talk about that when we show you an actual goal setting example. So the last sentence here is very important to remember. Goals are good for setting a direction, but systems are best for making progress. All right, so we talked about some of the principles of goal setting. Let's try and evaluate some of the sample goals to see if they qualify as an effective goal. And I'm going to do this through the help of my own goals, a couple of them. So let's pick it up. So I hope the font is clear. This is full screen for you, but so here's the goal, right? So one of my ambitious goal is to achieve a lean body transformation, and to the point that I reveal my six-pack abs. So this is my goal for the next 3 months. Now I need to write a compelling why. So I wrote this as my compelling why. I wrote, I want to achieve this because of my own personal satisfaction. I want to prove myself that I can achieve a challenging physical goal like this at this age. The difficulty of this challenge gives me a high and will give me immense satisfaction when I achieve this. This is also one of my life goals that I had listed long time back. Also, it makes me look younger than my age, and I'm a person with a lot of vanity. So, this is my compelling why. Now, let's see if the goal passes the goal qualifier test. So, does the goal have a strong why? Yes, I think so. Is it clear and specific? Yes, so I need to be able to reveal my six-pack abs, and that is quite clear and specific. Will I be able to measure progress on regular intervals, weekly or monthly? I think so, because it will reveal on the way my body transforms. So I could share pictures, I could keep track of my weight, so I can measure progress. Is it achievable? I am quite lean, although I have a lot of flab in my lower belly, but considering I'm already lean, 3 months should be enough. It will be ambitious, it will be challenging with all my other conflicting priorities, but should be achievable. Is it realistic? Yes. Is it timely? Is it time bound? Yes, 3 months. Is it challenging? Of course, hell yes. So my goal passes the qualifier test, and then I need to break this goal into my daily rituals and habits. So how have I broken this goal into my habits? So the first habit is eat healthy 6 days a week. I do not want to promise 7 days because I'm a human. I will have cravings, but I want to keep one day off to cheat. So eat 6 days healthy. Do my HIT routine 4 days a week. So HIT is a high intensity interval training, which is an intensive cardio. So I need to do that 4 days a week to stay lean. Go to gym 4 days a week. Abs workout 4 days a week. Maintain the details of everyday diet every day. Maintain the details of my everyday workout. Plan the food previous day. So this is an important habit, because if I'm not planning my food for the next day, if I do not have the right ingredients in my kitchen or my fridge, then it will be difficult to eat healthy that day. So I have to make arrangements the previous day. So these are my associated rituals and habits to able to achieve my goal. So this is an example that I set. Similarly, you need to do the same for your goals, and we could help you. We have mentors within our group who could help you break your goals into rituals and habits. Your accountability group will also help you with that. All right, so let's break the goals to rituals. I think I just did that. Sorry about the sequence. I'm repeating this again. So you have to decompose your goals into actionable daily habits. Track the habits on a tracker. Yeah, this is important. So you have to track these habits on a tracker and stay accountable to it every day. Of course, your peer or your accountability group also will check if you have filled your tracker and if you're doing a good job tracking it every day. Tracking is a very, very important exercise because that holds you accountable. So the phrase that I like is, what can be measured can be managed. So if you are able to measure, if you are able to track, you will be able to manage your goal. For example, write a book in 6 months could be broken down into writing 7 pages a week or one page a day. Let's talk about accountability groups in goals driven life. The quote that I like here is, almost nothing worth accomplishing can be done alone. As I said already, your inner will might not be as strong. Of course, some people are gifted with a strong willpower and they're able to do it all alone. But most people, when they're chasing an ambitious goal, would need some help. And that's what we offer with our accountability groups of 5 to 6 people within the group. A very good book on accountability is my favorite book, Atomic Habits. So one of the chapter is on how an accountability partner can change everything. I also did an episode a few days ago titled "Transformations Do Not Happen in Isolation." It's very important that the accountability group is a safe space, is a comfortable, open, and safe space to reveal your goals, chasing challenges, and weaknesses, right? Because sometimes you would fail and you want to have an open and trustworthy group where you can share your challenges and where other group members can offer their guidance and encouragement with the utmost sensitivity. So it becomes very, very crucial that there is room for displaying your own vulnerability and your challenges. So that's the crux of any accountability group. So, and that is what we promise in our groups, that each of these members are helpful, accountable, and they are not just responsible for their own success, they're achieving their own goals, but each of them is responsible for the success of the group members. So how does the accountability group work? So there will be two groups of 6 people each, because I think we have around 12 people who have enlisted for this. If there are more, let me know. I think we have time till October 4th. That is the deadline, after which we won't be able to take any more people. So, if there are more than say 12 people, if there are 18 people, then we will have three groups. For now, the logical groups are two. So, as I said, there are two areas of work. There will be goals, and then there will be habits and rituals associated with that goals. So each member shares his or her goals for the next quarter, and you can only pick the three most important goals that you want to achieve in the next quarter, not more than three. Why only three, and why not more than three? Because it's humanly very difficult to chase more than anything substantial, more than three goals. In fact, even three is higher on the number. And the quote that I always am reminded of is, when you're chasing two rabbits, you don't chase any. And we are talking here three. So three is anyways ambitious by itself. But still, three is a good number. It's manageable, and it's always in the top of your mind. You can remember what are your three top goals. And that's why, I mean, for the last few weeks, I've been asking everybody I come across, I'm asking them to name their top three goals. So, before first meeting, so once the team convenes on the first meeting happens on October the 30th, and but before that meeting, each member completes their goals list and associated rituals for the next 3 months. So they have to fill that up in their Google Sheet. We will create a shared Google folder on Google Drive, where all the members write their goals and associated rituals for the next 3 months. In the first meeting, each member shares his or her goal to the team, and the group performs the qualifier test. So they ask each person if the goal qualifies to be a goal. So they will ask whether it has a strong why or not, whether it is measurable or not, whether it is challenging or not. So the qualifier test that I just showed will have to be performed for each of the members for all of their goals. So the first meeting will be all of that, and each member then lists the associated weekly habits for achieving the goal, and also shares the tracker where the habits are tracked daily. I'm going to share my tracker. I think I did not show you my tracker, so let me share that before we move ahead. In the first meeting, we all commit to track our daily progress on the tracker, and that's how it is. Let me open my habit tracker. Yeah, so this is how my daily rituals tracker looks like. If you see, I have rituals other than the ones associated with my goals, and it's okay. You are if you want to add some more rituals, um, it is perfectly fine if you want to add and track them. But make sure that you're tracking them every day. And again, do not overwhelm with a lot of rituals and habits. Again, it is not humanly possible to start five new habits all at one time. You have to master one or two or maximum three habits at any given point of time. And once you master them, once they become your habit, you then add new habits. So please do not, please abstain from adding a lot of habits onto your tracker at the very beginning. So here's how my tracker looks like. If you see here, I have my tracker for every day, and I will be sharing this template. But feel free to be more creative if you have better templates and you want to track it in ways, because in our previous accountability groups, some of the members had better templates, and I used one of my members' template, which I found to be more effective. So feel free if you have better templates, but this is how it looks. So my tracker has these habits. So get up at 5 a.m., meditate for 15 minutes, drink apple cider, which is good for fat loss, write my daily affirmations and goals, plan the day, go to gym, abs workout, hit routine for 15 minutes, healthy food, plan your next day meal, maintain diet details, write your daily review. So at that time, I was learning German, so learn 10 new words of German. So you have these habits that you write, right? And then you also have a row that tells you the frequency, right? So get up at 5 a.m. I want to do that 6 days a week. So I want to sleep a little longer on my Sundays. Meditation is 7 days a week, and if you see, go to the gym is 4 days a week. So the frequency is written so that you remember on which days you need to do these habits. You need to do these rituals, and then you have the day, and then you put a rating. So how well did you? And then you put a rating here: 5 on 5, 0 on 5, 0 on 5, 3.5 on 5. So which actually tells you how effective, how well did you do that habit or ritual. For example, if I tried to have a good meditation for 15 minutes, but I was distracted, I was not completely into meditation, so I would rate myself say 2 out of 5 or something like that. So that is very important again, because and this is the crux. Okay, do not ever ignore writing, maintaining this tracking sheet, because this is a conversation that you are having with yourself. And the next row here is where you are writing your thoughts around that habit. For example, getting up at 5 a.m. So I wrote, got up easily but did not have proper sleep in the night. So it's very important that you talk to yourself and write whatever thoughts are in your mind. So meditation for 15 minutes. So I said, had to book tickets for parents urgently and leave to meet a customer. So I 0 on 5. So I did not meditate that day. So as you see here, these are the conversations I have. So these are the conversations I have logged. For example, go to the gym. I said pushed myself to go to the gym. So that means it was not very easy to go to the gym. I had to push myself. Did not do abs today. Good healthy food today. Did not do HIIT. So it's very important, right? So these are the conversations. So you spend not more than 10 to 15 minutes on this exercise before you sleep at night, and let your peer know that you have tracked it. All right, so let's go back to the slides. So I talked about the first meeting, and then the regular meetings happen every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, the group meets over a conference call and shares their progress and challenges, if any. So the rest of the group provides encouragement and ideas to tackle the challenges. And each group will be assigned a mentor, and who can be available on request. So we have a couple of mentors who can be assigned to each of these groups if the group need any assistance from them. So what is the duration of this accountability group? For this is meant for 3 months, because anything less than 3, there is no results, substantial results to show. So it would go from 13th of October to 12th of January. Why 13th, and why did we not start from 1st of October? Just that we fell short of time and we needed some time to prepare. Ideally, I would have liked if it were 1st of October to December 31st. Just that we could not do it on time. All right, pairing. So even though we have a 6-member group, each member will be paired with another member. Pairing is also very important, because sometimes you cannot keep talking to 6 people. So that you have to have a pair, your partner, who will work closely every day to you being accountable. So he would be the ones who would quickly see your tracking sheet if you have filled it or not, and vice versa. You don't have to talk every day, but a quick note on daily progress is good. Great. So that's all that I had on goal setting and accountability. For any further questions, please post it on the Facebook group. As I said, the first accountability group is beginning October 13th, and I'm very excited because I've done accountability groups, but just for one group of 6 people, 7 people, I think. But this is the first time we are doing with multiple groups in a forum like this, and I'm very very excited, and I'm curious to see how this works. But again, if you want to participate, please go to Facebook group Goals Driven Life and add your name into the Excel sheet that we have shared there if you want to join these accountability groups. As I said, it ends, the accountability group will begin on October 13th, but we have to create groups, we have to assign peers. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. So if you want to participate, please add your names before Friday, the 4th. Friday is the 4th, right? So today is what? Yeah, Friday, 4th of October. So that's all I had. Thank you. All the best. See you then. Bye bye.